Hello, friends. Welcome to Storytime with the Met. My name is Suhaly, and I'm so glad to see you today. Let's begin with our Storytime song, just as we do at the museum. Sing and clap along with me to the tune of This Old Man. Welcome, friends. Get ready, get set for story time at the Met, where we love to read and sing and look at works of art and picture books. We'll use our eyes to look and see. We'll use our ears to hear stories. Now take a seat and give a shh. Let's begin with our first book. Thank you. That was great. Today we're reading Juneteenth for Mazie, written and illustrated by Floyd Cooper. Look at Mazie getting ready for Juneteenth. Juneteenth for Mazie, written and illustrated by Floyd Cooper. For the Williams, the Banks, and the Perkins, and the Cooper families, the clans that form my tree. Mazie wants to play outside, but it is too late. It's getting dark, Mazie. It's time to stay inside. Mazie wants a cookie, but it's time for bed. Not now, little one. It's too close to bedtime. Mazie wants to stay up late, but she is too little. Bedtime is the rule, sweet girl. Poor Mazie. Why so grumpy, Sugar Bear? Asked Dad. I can't go where I want, have what I want, or do what I want, answers Mazie. Well, tomorrow you can have a celebration, says Dad. What are we celebrating? Asked Mazie. What do you all think we're celebrating? We will celebrate the day your great-great-great-grandpa Mose crossed into liberty. The day will be celebrated by us and many more families on a day we call Juneteenth. Dad lifts Mazie into his arms. I bet you're tired of hearing no all the time. Well, great-great-great-grandpa Mose heard no even more. Mazie and her dad. Grandpa Mose worked in fields that stretched all the way to sunset. He and the other enslaved people would be bone tired, but they had to keep going. Their enslavers wouldn't let them quit. But as they worked, they thought about freedom. And before they finally went to sleep at night, they prayed about freedom and made plans for change and a better future. Some slaves ran north to freedom, following a bright star in the sky. They sweat, they bled, and they cried till those cries were quieted by a single proclamation from a brave president. Grandpa Mose heard that proclamation read from the balcony of the hotel on that warm June day in Galveston, Texas. Everyone is gathered to hear the proclamation on Juneteenth. Grandpa Mose heard nothing but cheers, saw nothing but happiness, and felt nothing but pride shared by all those around him. The cheers became dancing. The dancing became celebrating. It went on and on into the night. Look at everyone's facial expressions. Everyone's excited and happy and proud. Grandpa Mose and the others had found freedom. They continued to work, but this time they were paid for their hard work. So they worked and they saved and they never forgot the moment they heard, the moment that changed their lives forever. But things weren't perfect. Black people still struggled to stand shoulder to shoulder with white people. They still weren't treated as equals. It wasn't easy, but they never gave up. And every year on Juneteenth, they remembered. They marched for jobs. They lobbied for schools and the right to vote. They shouted for opportunity. Here they are marching. And every year on Juneteenth, they celebrated and remembered. They learned and they grew. They forgave. They excelled and achieved. They became heroes. Now, sweet Mazie, it's your turn to celebrate, just like great-great-great-grandpa Mose. It's your turn, Mazie, to eat some barbecue and drink some strawberry pop. Yum, that looks tasty. I'd love some strawberry pop. It's your turn to celebrate. And to remember. The end. Thank you so much for reading Juneteenth for Mazie with me. This story reminds me of an artwork in the Met's collection titled Sojourner Truth, I Sell the Shadow to Support the Substance. It is a photograph, a silver print from glass negative, and it was taken in 1864 when Sojourner was 67 years old. Sojourner was born Isabella Baum-Free to a family of enslaved people. In this photograph, Sojourner pauses from her knitting and looks directly into the camera. Sojourner was an anti-slavery activist, a memoirist, a feminist, and a women's suffragist who fought for women's right to vote. Sojourner owned the use of the photo and the rights, and sold copies to promote and raise money for her many causes. Now, I'd like to show you an activity that I did that is inspired by Mazie and the storytelling that happens in her family. Sometimes we can learn about important issues from members of our own families. So, in this activity, we'll take a picture of someone in our family and we'll print it out. And on the back of the photograph, we will ask the person a question about an issue that's important to them. And then we record and write down what the person said about that issue. And in that way, we learn and we archive what the important issues in our family are, what the important issues of our time are, and what folks who are close to us think about these issues. So I did this activity and I asked my daughter, Luna, about issues that are important to her. And so I printed this photo out And on the back, I recorded what Luna had to say about issues that are important to her. For Luna, she cares about animals. And so her message was, all animals should be free and not in cages. They should live in nature with their families and friends. And so now I have an archive of what this special young member of my family thinks about an issue that is important to her. And I love that this is connected to the idea of liberty and freedom for all that Mazie talks about in Juneteenth for Mazie. So thank you for joining me today. It was so wonderful to read Juneteenth for Mazie by Floyd Cooper with all of you. I'll see you next Thursday for new stories and activities. Bye.